Hello and welcome to Tonalist Paintings by M. Francis McCarthy. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting we are doing today is called Evening River. The size I believe is I think it's a 12 by 12 inch panel. And we did the study Wednesday for this very same motif. You can go check that out if you'd like to see the, well, basically it's my study or my sketch. As I mentioned on the last video, this is one I was real happy with. It was done very recently, and I thought it would be good to sort of wrap up the year with some of the things that I was really happy with this year, and this is one of the paintings that worked out. The study I felt was working out better than the larger piece, but I managed in the end to really get that larger piece resonating the way I wanted, and for it to get a nice vibration like that. And so I'm really pleased with that as well. It has a very nice luminescent quality in real life, and I'm not sure how much that translates online or in the photo, but you know, it does translate somewhat. Pardon me. You can see we're working on the drawing right now in the video, and I believe one of the things that I've been very open about struggling with is scaling the work up and being happy with it. One of the reasons I absolutely love painting small is that I can accomplish quite a lot with just a flick of the wrist, so to speak, and I get a good result that's expressive. It's hard to overwork since it's so small, but because I learned how to paint in small sizes, I think I've had some issues when I try to scale things up, and I'm getting better at it, and I think that's what I'm probably going to talk about in the blog post today that's going to correspond to this video or feature this video as a part of it, and that is using a larger brush. Probably won't belabor it, but seeing as I'm one of the few people working in the city I live in today, which is the day after Christmas in New Zealand, and you talk about dead, boy, people are, they're out there partying, or they're at the beach, or they're with their families, and they're having a nice time, and this country shuts down. I don't tend to shut down though, and the main reason for that is I feel I'm living my dream. The thing I love to do more than anything else in this world is to work and spend time with my friends and family too, of course, and my little dog Denny. But at the end of the day, the thing that really floats my boat is getting work done, getting paintings done, getting better at painting, and just being involved and passionate about it. And also really this year even more so, sharing what I've learned, and hopefully getting the idea of doing landscape art outside of a computer, utilizing modern technology to its best advantage instead of it being a handicap, or like I've mentioned before, how photography can be such a major handicap to artists, but it can also be the greatest tool, the greatest boon that an artist could have if it's used with the correct mentality. And so getting back into Evening River, this is one of the valuable things about the videotaping process is that it gives me a chance to sit back and look at what I did with a space of time between when I did it and, of course, the time I'm viewing me working in the video. And it's funny, I always think when I'm actually doing the painting, if I pick a brush that's a 6 or an 8 on a panel that's this size, which is a 12-inch panel, I'm thinking, wow, this is a good sized brush, but what I notice in the videos is that, geez, I could have used a larger brush. And so in this latest series of work I've been doing, which of course we're not looking at right now, I have to collect all the sorted videos for each motif together and then make a composite video. And even that, then, you know, for this process here, becomes shortened. As a matter of fact, this video has been sped up 16, maybe 15 times faster than I actually painted. So a lot of effort, a lot of work went into this painting. And as I was saying, you know, when I'm looking at this video, I'm thinking, wow, that number 8, that number 6, I should have been working with a larger brush. Maybe not so much at the stage I am now, where you can see I'm going into my original painting and refining things. And at this point in time, I would have had a bit of time to sit and reflect at the initial color stage and the changes I was going to be making, the things that maybe didn't hit me right or that stood out as needing some work. And so by the time I get around to this, as we're looking at probably a second color stage here, and I believe in this painting I probably did 3 color stages. So each one, you know, had a bit of glazing, a bit of scumbling, and quite a lot of dry brushing. And if you you go to the blog, you can see in the larger image there that there's quite a lot of nice, intricate, almost a lattice effect you get with that dry brush going over the many stages of color. And even, you know, little bits of that panel peeking through, sometimes even bits of the original drawing peeking through. I try to always leave some life in the work. And anyway, getting back to what I was saying about brushes, these days I would have gone in with that initial color stage with a 10, which for me is just really huge. But when I'm looking at the videos that I've taken of me painting with a 10, it doesn't seem too large at all. So in general, I'm trying to step everything up another size, and that includes even my 5x7s, where I maybe was using a 2, I'll try and use a 4. Or if I was using a 6, I'll try and use an 8. Or if I was using an 8, I'll try and use a 10. And that includes, you know, things where I was actually using a fairly small brush, which was a 2. I would like to go in and do my darks and stuff with that, but I'm finding I'm having nearly as much success with a 4. And I'll put a caveat with that. That would be a 4 that's in almost new, either new or almost new condition. It can be worn, maybe 50, let's say 50% towards the end of its brush life is about where I might have to bail, because I'm not getting the sort of edges that I'm looking for. And as many of you know, I'm usually going after whatever approximates detail in my work with that corner of that brush, and that's what gets rounded off, worn out. The brush also tends to be, where it was quite flat, it tends to spread out. And for some painters in their style that wouldn't be an issue, but for me it can get to be an issue, and I certainly try and use my brushes as long as I can. But as I mentioned before, if I was rich, I would be happy to start with new brushes every day and just pass those old brushes along to some artist who wasn't as picky. Anyway, I can see we're getting close to the end here. Thanks for joining us for our 14th post of Tonalist Painting by M. Francis McCarthy, and we'll see you next Wednesday, where we'll be taking on another motif. We'll be doing a study, and meanwhile, stay tuned and take good care, and we'll see you then.